Hey, I'm Raf, the Alpine Start, and today we're going to look at most of Patagonia's high Alpine kit. First up, we've got the full range insulated NanoAir Hoodie and NanoAir Pants. Both of these use Patagonia's full range insulation, which is their ultra breathable, very breathable, pretty warm stuff. It's here in 40-gram weight as opposed to 60-gram in sort of the regular non-light hoodie. The pants are sort of a full crotch zip design. So, you basically don't have to take your harness off. This stuff is designed to live in. They've got a really low profile waistband with sort of a draw cord to, kind of tighten them up a little bit. Low profile cuffs just so they can, don't take up a lot of space in your boots. And that's about it. No pockets, no other features. They're super light. They're very, very warm. So even though the upper is sort of a piece that I use all the time, these pants, I overheat. I run really hot, and even in sort of, minus 35, close to minus 40 degrees Celsius, I overheat with these pants under the Galvanized pants. So I've used them a few times, but they're definitely not for someone like me who runs really, really warm. The NanoAir Hoodie Airlite Hoodie, on the other hand, is fantastic. This is sort of my favorite piece. I've used it more than any of the other pieces here. It's just something I wear all the time. Oops. It's super soft, nice against skin, great fit. So for all these pieces, they're men's medium. I'm 5'11", 180 centimeters, and about 73 kilos, which is about 163, 164 pounds. And so yeah, this stuff fits me great. You can see it's quite long in the back. Sleeves are a nice length. They don't really ride up when you're reaching high overhead. So yeah, great. Really nice deep zipper on this thing. Greatly appreciated. And a really deep sort of left-hand chest pocket. Now this is interesting when combined with the M10 Anorak, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I like how deep this pocket goes. It kind of stops just around here, which is sort of just a little bit below the zipper. Yeah, sort of under helmet hood. I wish it was an over helmet hood. I tend to wear toques rather than hoods for warmth, but it's not bad. It works, and it's kind of nice when you don't have your helmet on, just to kind of keep your head warm. Next piece in this kit are the Galvanized pants. Now these are waterproof breathable pants, but they're nice and soft. You can kind of hear how they don't have that typical waterproof crinkle sound, and they fit super well. The legs are nice and slim, so when you're go, a little bit less distracted now. So yeah, as you can see, legs really nice and slim. So as soon as you have a boot under here, there's no extra fabric, nothing to snag. It all just kind of stays put. They're super stretchy, so you're never really, it's almost like you don't feel like you're wearing them. Again, full crotch zip, so it goes all the way up to the back. Nice and convenient, especially when you're wearing a harness. Really high back. I love the high waistband on these. Just keeps out all the draft. Yeah, just really nice fitting pants. Two thigh pockets are below a harness so they don't get in the way. Both of them will fit, easily fit a pair of gloves. This is kind of a midweight pair from camp, and just stuff them right in, no issues. Yeah, really, really like these pants. Again, waterproof, breathable, quiet, soft. My favorite climbing pant for winter climbing anyway, where you're gonna get wet. Next part of the kit, the M10 Anorak. Again, this piece, H2 No, Patagonia's own proprietary waterproof, breathable membrane with a super light fabric on top. This thing, it weighs nothing. It's pretty much a wind shell. Again, fit is pretty superb. I love how long it sits in the back, covers my butt. As soon as you get a harness on, this thing just doesn't go anywhere, even though there's no fancy cord locks or anything. It's just a nice, good, solid cut. Deep venting front zipper. I do wish this was a jacket. Just add another foot of zipper would be phenomenal. It would make it much easier to put on and off. I'm about a 40-inch chest and 46-inch shoulders. It's about 100 centimeters and 120 centimeters respectively, and getting this thing on, well, you saw it's not the easiest. However, once it's on, I mean, fit is pretty much spot on. I like my pieces to be not too tight and not too loose, and this is just amazing. Now about the pocket. So again, the left-hand chest pocket. As I mentioned, the one in the Patagonia, the NanoAir Light Hoodie, sort of stops just around here, whereas this one stops just around here. So if you've got some bars in that one, you put some stuff in this upper one, you're not going to have this massive bulge of stuff on your chest. One kind of sits below, the one sits above. Really kind of nice bit of design there from Patagonia. Let me get a harness on and chat about sort of the fit of this stuff, because it is designed as a climbing kit, and it's truly a really nice system that just layers perfectly with each other. Everything kind of functions well with all the other stuff. These pockets sit just below your leg loops, so easy to access. The leg loops actually kind of keep them nice and tight, so you can open them with one hand. As you can see, this thing is just not going anywhere. It does not come out of my waist whatsoever. Hood is a nice size. Again, I wish the Airlite Hoodie hood would fit over a helmet. However, it doesn't. But this one most definitely does, and it's good motion, doesn't constrain me anywhere. Again, just a really nice simple hood. One little adjustment on the back in case you need to keep it tighter, but by and large it just kind of goes over and fits really well. Next piece in the kit, the grade 7 Parka. This is kind of the big daddy of it all. This thing is massive. You can see kind of here from my analogy in comparison. It's pretty big. Not the smallest jacket to fit into a pack, but it is awesome. There we go. Everything's kind of, nicely color coordinated, as what happens when you get a whole kit at once. And this thing, huge. Just fits super well. My one complaint might be that the sleeves feel a bit short. I feel like they expose my wrist a little bit more than I'd like, but that's kind of the only thing I can come up with. 2 massive hand pockets. Each of these will easily fit an Alpine, plus my hand actually. And they are insulated, so you can just kind of keep your hands in there without gloves. 2 big chest pockets, also lightly insulated. Again, big enough to easily fit an Alpine. I love the sleeves. They're super easy to pull up. You can kind of see that this thing is rather bulky. So having this kind of really nice stretchy cuff that you can just pull up easily is great when you're sort of fiddling with stuff and the jacket kind of doesn't get in the way. Really deep in the back, so it just covers you. It's pretty awesome. Get the hood up and you're pretty much in a sleeping bag, which is kind of part of the design. My other kind of beef I don't really like is how tall this is. You get that up and you can't really talk, you can't really breathe, so great for sleeping in, but not so great for sort of general use. 4 big interior drop pockets. You can shove a couple of pairs of gloves into each one of these, or an Alpine. Again, tons of room. Still enough zipper and size to zip up with all that stuff in there, which is really nice if you're actually using this thing overnight, because you can kind of put all your gloves and other little stuff in here, keep it all dry, warm. Little mesh on the bottom for drainage. Super nice jacket. I love this thing. Next bit of the kit is the hybrid sleeping bag. Now this thing is basically, right here for size, there you go, there's our kind of Nalgene comparison. So it's actually smaller than the Parka. And of course comes with this little stuff sack. And this is a hybrid sort of half sleeping bag. So it's half a sleeping bag with water, well, not waterproof, but wind and sort of scratch resistant upper bit. And let me get into this thing. This is kind of ridiculous hopping around in a sleeping bag, but hey. So for height comparisons, you know, this goes almost up to my chest, so it's pretty long. You could kind of get in here with a pair of boots and a whole bunch of other stuff and keep it all nice and warm. And it's designed to be used with this Parka as kind of an emergency baby kit. But let me get the hood on. Actually, let me get all the hoods on. So one hood, second hood. I won't zip it all the way up because you won't be able to hear me, but you know, internals, zipper sliders, obviously. So there you go. You know, this is kind of the design. It's use your Parka as the upper part. I mean, you know, we all have our Parkas anyway, and you've got the bottom bit. You can open it up so you can kind of fiddle with stuff. It actually works really well when you're just sitting in a bivvy and you need to get something out. You can kind of get your hands out. But yeah, you know, super cool little piece. I've used this in winter a couple times, and it's warm enough for me, and it's also been getting some use in the summer, sort of backpacking and other sort of, you know, random trips where you don't always necessarily want a full sleeping bag, but you know, you combine this with a lighter jacket, you know, maybe not this massive minus 30-degree Parka, and the bag is perfectly usable during the summer as just kind of, you know, keep your feet warm and have a nice sort of small little bag you can just take along anywhere. And I mean, that's about it. This is kind of, you know, the 5 key pieces of the kit. Functions wonderfully, absolutely amazing. The NanoAir Hoodie is my new favorite piece by far. The M10 Anorak and the pants, kind of a close second. I think I'd take the pants. I mean, these are my new favorite ice climbing pants. They're just so nice. You know, this thing, it's light enough you can use it kind of as a wind shirt. Packs into its own pocket if you really want to take it along on every outing. And then the Parka, you know, this is the biggest, warmest kind of jacket I've ever used, and absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, that's my quick overview of the kit. Thanks for watching.